72 hours, goddamn, I'm feeling amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud nine, and this nine is never on vacation. Start up that Maserati.
Hello guys, I'm the King DA2 here, and I'm very happy to tell you that I'm going to feed one of the developer of the mini militia named Hunter Maya sir in my video. So I decided that I'm going to ask a few questions to Mr. Hunter sir, and he's going to reply me in his voice. Kind of interview. This is the first time somebody is interviewing one of the developers of mini militia. We had some kind of podcast, but due to some technical issues we couldn't store those audios. Now he sent me some voice answers. I hope you guys going to enjoy that. First of all, I'm very happy to feed him in my channel. So sir, thank you so much. Both you and Chad are great developers. DA2 is not a game for many, it's a part of their life. They spend hours on playing this game. We used to play it continuously for hours. Then back in 2018 we witnessed the downfall of DA2, though it has many reasons, but that made us sad because we were watching our favorite game dying, and rest is history. We are happy that you are going to make your comeback in the market and wish you all the very best for the future. Hope you guys not going to disappoint us like Miniclip did. Why you left DA2? Why you sold DA2 to Miniclip? What you think were the reasons behind failure of DA2? So what makes you to make comeback? Okay, now when you are ready to make any other shooter game again, so what's your preparation? What's your plan? How you going to execute your plans? How you going to make this game popular again? So explain your version of DA2. How different is this from Miniclip version? What else games you gonna release again? Mini Militia Classic seems interesting.
Hi, my name's Hunter Mayer. I'm a longtime developer on the game Mini Militia. I started on the project in 2012. Chad Towns invited me to work on that after we were working on another project the year prior. I guess he could stand me, so he invited me along to help him out with this project that was starting to get bigger and bigger. But he needed more help with that, and I was willing and able, so I hopped in to help out. And I've been with the project ever since. Currently, Hapsomniacs just consists of Chad Towns and myself, and we're 50-50 partners in this together. So we've been pounding away at the keys, trying to make a better game. In 2018 of April, we realized as we were bringing in about 3.5 million players a day, and just the two of us, it was pretty overwhelming. I mean, we were beside ourselves trying to keep this game up and running, so we reached out openly to offers that were coming in to do just that. And that's when Miniclip came in. For the next 2.5 years, Chad and I's role in the day-to-day operations reduced very quickly to the role of just being consultants for the most part. Our deal consisted of Miniclip kind of taking over everything and being the manager of the franchise for Doodle Army. Not just Mini Militia, but the original Doodle Army and all other titles associated with it. So what's changed? Well, in October of 2020, Miniclip decided that the franchise as a whole was not something that they wanted to continue working with. So the rights flipped back to us, and we renegotiated our deal, and they're going to keep that V5 app up and running, so any time spent, and if you like that, it's still there for you. And then Chad and I are free to take the Mini Militia IP and It's been licensed back to us, and we have full control of all the Doodle Army franchise as well, and it's part of that. So we're gonna roll out a classic version, and that's what's happening here soon. We're about to go to alpha, and I just wanted to share some of these details with you and let you know what's happening, and hopefully you're excited about it and you'll come check it out. And we've got some plans for the future as well. We're not done. We're just going back in time 2.5 years to when Mini Militia had offline Wi-Fi capability, a little bit more friendly to the esports community. It's where we wanted it to be and stay there. And then more of the custom experience that you were akin to before version 5 dropped. So we're really excited about that, and that's what's up and coming, and that's some of the details I wanted to share. King asked me to record some audio for you guys. He thought that would be a special treat, and I was happy to indulge him. This isn't the first time we've tried to record it. We've had multiple technical issues trying to get audio across the world in a timely fashion and recording it in a way that you could actually hear it. So we've resorted to him providing me a list of questions, and I'm going to try to tackle those as best I can in the limited amount of time that we have here. We're really hoping to get this alpha out today. We're measuring this in hours. So every moment that I take away from that, we're forestalling the inevitable release of the game. It's still going to take some time to get it out the door. There's a lot of things we don't control once you put an app out there. Getting it, releasable and acceptable to the distributors. Apple usually takes way longer than Google does, but it's a new app. It has to go through vetting processes, and they have to make sure you're not malicious. So it's a standard thing hoops you gotta jump through. And there's a lot of little pieces in this game that raise flags all the time. So especially with all the networking and SDKs that we include for analytics. But since it's Google Analytics, I think it would probably be easier to approve that than, say, some other more invasive analytics packages. Well, sit back, try to enjoy this old man rambling as I walk around my neighborhood. You might hear birds chirping or hammers hitting roofs as people are fixing the roofs. It rained last night, and it's a brisk, cool day out here though, and I'll be happy to share a few moments with you. So King asked me a few questions that you guys and gals might want to know. So here's my answers to those questions. So I was asked, what's different with this Doodle Army 2 Mini Militia Classic than what's currently in the store version that's out there now? And the answer to that is we're going to add the features that we had 2.5 years ago back in, like the custom servers with the capture the flag and the offline Wi-Fi. All that stuff's going back in there. There's a few things that are going to be different though. All the data is associated with the other app, and it's all part of it. It's been ingested, it's being managed by MiniClip. It's not something that we have access to, that Chad and I have access to readily, and if at all, and it kind of paints an incomplete picture anyways. So one of the things we're looking at doing is we have to replace scores. That means we can make some real leaderboards that actually mean something, not those easily hackable Google Play and Game Center leaderboards. So that's something we'd incorporate into it, as well as a new profile. And although it's starting over, we're hoping that it's starting over with interesting and really valuable change to the game on how scores and stuff are received. And we're not going to even keep track of scores for anybody if they're not signed in. It's just too hard to keep track of that. So that's just going to be a few of the changes that you'll MMC and Classic. And when it comes out initially, it'll be very much like a time warp. We're going to get a bunch of the old bugs back that we're going to have to kind of refix and readdress. And we've already made some inroads on that, so a lot of the big ones we'll already have taken a stab at and tried to get those things fixed up because we know what's coming. And then we've dusted off our old road maps, and we're looking to the future there. As time allows, we're also going to put our other games back out there that got removed, like the Doodle Army Boot Camp and the Doodle Army title. We'll have a remastered version where we actually updated the graphics to run. I mean, that app is over a decade old and it needed some attention to get it to run, but while we were waiting for contracts to get worked out and whatnot, we just got to it, and we just knew we were going to have to do something with it anyways, regardless of what happened. So we're pretty much on a path to get that released. We've got another app called Crash Cart that was never ported to Android. We'll put it out there as well, and we've got some other titles that are kind of hanging out in their future. We don't really have a game per se for Fail Whale, other than it is an arena battle game, and that's out there now in a beta test inside the US, and that's been a test bed for us for testing a lot of things that are going to get incorporated into Doodle Army 2, Mini Militia, Classic, that whole set of games where we've been focusing on user created content. Crash Cart plays a huge role with the level editor that's in there too. So all this stuff's kind of wrapping up and heading in that direction. And we got a couple other apps that we're going to drop as well, if time allows. It's going to be a real busy year for us. We're going to be slammed as we kind of get things reestablished and figure out what people want and get this app and going in the right direction.